everyone, hello, hello. Let me go click the send post stuff. Man, feels like I haven't done this in forever. It's only been a week. Oh wow. Um, yeah, wow. And loud sneeze is loud. Um, yeah. Um, I should. Darn it! I forgot to change the title. Uh, Dang it. I hope that got rid of that. Anyways, and then done, right? Cool. Uh, okay. As I sit here and just stare into the ether. Um, hey everyone. I'm Chad Stewart. I'm a software engineer from Kingston, Jamaica. If you've been here before, you would have seen me struggle through back-end engineering, through certain concepts, and trying to build projects out of them. Um, so I was doing that up until 2 weeks ago. Well, up until I guess week before last. Um, and I kind of had a talk with some friends. It's kind of about like how I should be kind of going forward because I had some I don't want to say I had some personal issues. I was interviewing and I found that I was struggling in the interview. I was getting a lot of senior positions, and I was just absolutely struggling. And for the most part, I kind of felt like I was kind of in over my head. And so I spoke to some people about that, and I had a great conversation with someone about like kind of how you should learn and what you should learn and stuff like that. And I guess that conversation kind of pushed me to the idea that um, if I'm going to be building in public, I should build something of value or some I should attempt to deliver value as opposed to building it for building its sake. If I'm going to do any of this work, because for me personally, I I'm I want to build stuff that people can use. And so if I'm going to learn, I might as well learn trying to build stuff that people are going to use. Um, to be fair, I'm still also kind of just trying stuff out as well. I kind of started streaming with this very concrete idea in mind, and it's like, this is how I'm going to stream, this is how I'm going to approach everything, right? And I feel like that's not necessarily the best idea. Like, I don't want to say that I feel like that's not the best idea. I'm in a I'm in a really good opportunity to experiment, right? And I really should be doing that. I don't want to say I should be. It's just something that I feel like could be interesting. So, I had this whole thing yet last week where I was talking about how I wanted to kind of proceed with the stream, um, which talks about this project a little bit that I kind of changed the title to, but how I wanted to proceed with the stream and with streaming. And so, one of the things is I just kind of want to mess around with stuff a little bit. So it might not. So like for right now, I definitely Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I want to like put work towards a project on stream, but I don't necessarily like I may stream other days and I may do other things like work on something else or play around with something or play video games, you know. Pretty much I just want it to be, I don't know. Uh, I just kind of want a reason to be to mess around, you know what I mean, and kind of play around with stuff. Hey, what's up, Jason? Thanks for coming. What's up, man? Sorry for not being. I should explain that. Sorry for being missing for a week. Um, so, but yeah. Let me talk about what we're gonna attempt to do today. So today, what we're gonna attempt to do is we're gonna start the preliminary work on the Tech is Hiring website. Mostly that involves actually trying to put it together. Well, not trying to put it together, defining what it should be, because I kind of have an idea in my head. It's not the most fleshed out. Actually, I need to give me a second. I need to change this because I just realized that my display is going to constantly dim, or is going to do auto brightness. Um, because I had it set to that. Anyways, um, what was it? What was it that I was saying? Yes, right. So I have an idea of what the Tech is Tiring website should be, but I would like to kind of spend a little bit more time to kind of flesh it out. Um, Also, to be fair, also it's been a little bit since I've actually been a part of an official like software project, or being a part of a software project that literally has like management tools and stuff like that. So, um, you know, it'd be fun to kind of get back into that. Um, but yeah, so what I'm going to spend the stream doing, it might not necessarily be the most exciting stream, but what I'm going to spend the stream doing is what you call it. What I'm going to spend the stream doing is kind of getting my thoughts in order, like in essence trying to define what tech is hiring, what the website would look like, um, and kind of start from there. Like, what is the use case? What is the thing that I'm trying to solve for? There's one thing I would like to use TypeScript. I've used TypeScript before, but I haven't really. And I think with Tech is Hiring, where it's not, what how would I put it? It's not a high risk project that I can play around with something. Um, but yeah, like just kind of that's kind of the idea right now. So I guess that's just a quick thing of why I didn't stream Wednesday and Thursday. I just I just needed a little bit of a break, mainly because I'm kind of I'm doing a whole new thing, and which the stream is also a part of that. Is just kind of like how I'm kind of going to work moving forward. And to be honest, I didn't really have like a clear kind of vision of how I wanted to proceed. And I just wanted to take some time to kind of figure that out. And to be honest, a lot of the times when I get to that point where I'm like overwhelmed and I'm anxious and stuff like that, I just take the rest of the week. So like literally Wednesday, I was just not feeling the best, and I was just like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And so I just took some time to kind of, I guess, center myself. Um, and yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna do that. Like I said, I'm not exactly. So there's a few things that I know that I want to do for sure, or I have a few ideas of what I want to do. Um, I want to use TypeScript. I was thinking about it for a little while, and I was just like, hey, you know what? Giving me a good reason to use TypeScript is fine, and I can learn it. I don't have to actually do it on stream, but I can learn it like on my own and then kind of bring it to stream and see how things go. Um, so that'd be something cool to explore. Um, I know that for the website, I wanted to, at the very least, kind of be just a list of of tweets in uh in lists of 20. So like the first 20 tweets and then 21 to 40 and so on and so forth. Or at the very least, maybe not even necessarily 20 to 40, but like in with some pagination. I don't know the entire functionality of the site. I don't know what I'm looking for, what I'm thinking of. By the way, his television's on. Give me 1 second while I turn that off. Watching me stretch. But yeah. Whew. I don't know what it's going to look like. That's mainly like the job today is to kind of define that. And then start just coding it up. I'm probably going to spend some time doing actual design, like yeah, like just maybe some designs of the site. It's probably just going to be like a one-page application or something, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of want to at least get the functionality down. Somebody had mentioned last week about doing user stories, and so that's what I was thinking of doing. Um, pretty much the MVP in my head is that it just kind of gives you a list of 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 the last few tweets, and the site is searchable, is has good, not, what is the thing called, um search engine optimization, I guess, which I don't know how that's going to even work. So either way, but that's what I was thinking of doing, just kind of trying to figure out what would be the MVP of the site, of yeah, and the MVP of the site. But yeah, anyways, let's get to it. I hope that cause for whatever reason, this stuff always breaks um every so often, and I have to like move things around, like my mic will break, my headset will break and stuff like that. Give me 1 second. Uh, give me 1 second. Man, this feels so alien because like a couple of weeks ago we had like a solid project to work on, and now not so much. We're kind of doing the whole thing, the whole song and dance over again. Which is my fault. I'm being too, you know, like all over the place about this, but learning experience. Um, I guess I should make that more of a what you call it, a feature of the stream rather than what I'm kind of calling it a detriment now. because it's like I have a lot of flexibility at this point, so why not leverage it? Anyways, what was I don't even remember what I was doing. All right, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to go to Drive and I'm just going to pop up a new document. You can't see it right now because reasons. Let's go with reasons. Where is it? Here we go. Um, let's go with here. Yeah, so Tech is hiring website notes. All right, so we will do this and let's start here. Oh, right, yeah. So let's start here. Um, I need to kind of refresh myself on how to kind of start a software project. Um, let me also do this. GitHub.com. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Because I really want to use new repository. So Tech is hiring website. Um, do I want? I'll put dashes. Public, that's fine. Just create the repo. So what I want to do is use this because I've done this before with another project. I'll actually show it to you really quickly. It was a to-do app. When I was working on the to-do app, we actually ended up doing this. Where is it? We started a project and we did some stuff. Here we never really got to finish it, but I kind of want to use this a little bit more. It was really I really enjoyed using it. You know, I was kind of surprised that this was like last year, but I was kind of surprised that I don't know. It was pretty cool, especially with like issues and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably mess around with it a little bit more. I'm like I said, I'm just kind of creating this so that I can have access to projects. So what I'm hoping is at the very least by the end of the stream, we will have like I guess issues or use cases or I don't even know what we kind of are gonna end up with, but we end up with something useful that we can actually kind of go into. So we can actually start getting work done. Give me a second. I keep forgetting to bring up my own. What is this? Come on. Twitch. I keep forgetting to bring up my chat. Where is the chat? Pop-up chat. Cool. Close that. Oh, right. I need to set this to always on top. All right. So with that, um, man, I really should have looked this up. I was all over the place today. Um, like I said, I'm trying to kind of start a new routine. And like one of the things was kind of defining it, and I was just doing a bunch of other stuff today. Like I didn't even really get into what I was supposed to be doing. Well, I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. What is it that I wanted to say? Okay, yeah. So, uh, running an agile software project. Just I guess a quick recap. let's see. User stories, sprints. I don't think we'll probably not do sprints like official sprints. We'll probably just work on user stories. A new daily routine. Yeah. So I don't talk about it a lot on stream. To be quite frank, I don't talk about it a lot, period, which is probably the reason why I've not been doing well at it. So I'm looking for a job, right? And what I was doing before was really just kind of applying to jobs online and hoping for the best. Oh, I'm gonna apply to this job. And to be fair, more recently, I've been getting a fair amount of callbacks, but I was just applying to jobs online, and I was watching one of Taylor Dessins. I really don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I was watching one of his videos, and one of the things he was talking about is instead of just applying to jobs, um, what you should do is what he recommends is to have a meaningful conversation every day with one person, right? And I was just like, you know what? To be quite honest, I haven't really done that. I can really do that. Um, I can do that and apply to like some jobs here and there. So like for instance, I can apply to like one or two jobs a day, but also have meaningful conversations with people, meaningful conversations with people in roles that I'm interested in. And so I'm making an effort to do that. Also, it's a lot because it's like, you were here before. The stream was during the day, right? And it was during the day because I find that I'm my best in the morning. Now the stream is at 6 p.m. and in essence, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to split my day between what is my important stuff that I need to get done during the day, like what is my job, right? Even though I'm not employed, what is my job? um, and then what is like personal work stuff, and I consider the stream personal work stuff. So, before I would have everything happen during the day, and then in the afternoon I would have the afternoon to myself. That's not the case anymore, so that's now a part of my new routine where again I would do what is important during the day, what is important for the day during the morning hours, and then what is not as important, I or sorry not what is not and then what is more personal to me in the afternoons at night, and just kind of getting used to that because the previous pattern I literally have done for like years now, and I'm finding that the previous pattern I've been doing for years and pretty much running the stream at 6 um kind of forces me to have to do a new routine. And what I also find is for the most part the streaming thing is the thing that I would do consistently, and everything else I wouldn't do consistently. So I'm just trying to make a more of a conscious effort to do stuff more consistently. And so, I'm giving myself the job of finding a job, because it sucks. The job hunt sucks. It's really demoralizing, because in essence, people want people, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but I'm giving myself the job of getting a job, and I'm really trying to balance like doing the making the conscious the making making effort into getting a job while growing as an engineer. And I'm still messing around with that, but like I said, that was the first thing I kind of did today. Is like I just rearranged my schedule, and yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. So, pretty much, I kind of want a I guess a to-do guide. So Agile board. This is mainly what I created the repo for the Agile board. I'm just gonna put that up. So it's like, okay, so yeah, working on waiting for review on complete. I probably am not going to have a waiting for review. Well, I might. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have a waiting for review or have a review thing. So like, um, but yeah, there's that software test. Okay, cool. Product backlog, team roles. I don't need to worry about team roles. Um, Getting started. I guess I should. Okay, so here it is. Where is it? Getting started with agile management. Okay, whatever. Set up your project vision and scope with a planning meeting. So I guess this stream is the planning meeting. At the beginning of an agile project. What is the end goal of this agile project and how will you achieve it? For who, statement of need, the product. This is the thing that I'm having an issue with the website. Um, I don't know what the statement of need is because in essence, in my head, the statement of need is the statement of need is to have a place where you can view all the tweets from TechIsHiring without having to go onto Twitter. But that's not necessarily like I guess let's see. So I put TechIsHiring here, right? Into Google search. Uh like here's the bot. You know what I mean? The bot is retweeting all the stuff. Like I could just literally do a Google search and I have all of this stuff, right? Um, I have this here, which is the hashtag itself, and then you can just go to latest. And again, I have all the lists of stuff for the hashtag here. Cool beans, right? How is the website going to be any different from them? What problem is this project solving? Exactly. Like, I'm not sure what problem the project is solving. Um, so the reason why we were coming up with the project is the reason why project, sorry. The reason why I was coming up with the website is I was having a conversation about learning backend engineering, and we were talking about tech is hiring, and they're saying, hey, you could make a website for tech is hiring and go from there, right? And so I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like a good idea. So I wrote it down. And then now I'm sitting here in front of you, Jason, and I'm just like, I don't really know what problem it's solving, you know? Like, this is clearly, I mean, I guess because I literally typed tech is hiring, obviously that's going to pop up. And it's been a fair amount of time, so Google has time to like do web crawls and whatever. Um, but like the only thing of value that immediately pops into my mind for tech is hiring is SEO. Um, because the hashtag and even the Twitter bot doesn't have that much power over SEO. So say for instance somebody is just googling around, they won't they won't end up there, right? But why would somebody be googling around for tech is hiring, and why would I want them to come to a website? Why would I want them to come to a website um when they could just go straight to Twitter, right? Like I don't know. I really am not sure. And this is like a issue that I kind of have is I don't know what problem specifically it was solving. That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this stream specifically, is to kind of figure out. Like, I have no problem building the site, solving the problem that is not necessarily important to solve right now. Because ultimately, like, say for instance, I could get a better idea, right? Like, somebody could be like, hey, Tech is hiring could do this. And I'd be like, oh, that'd be really good functionality. So I don't mind working on it, but I don't, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to say that it's mainly for SEO because that's the kind of idea that I have in my head. So for now, it'll be SEO. Like, we can obviously come up with something as we're working on it. But it could be something to do with SEO, which would probably mean that it would probably be better if it was like some form of static site somehow. Um, all right. So, anyways, let's start with that. Yeah, it sounds like the site is another avenue for people to be able to find tech is hiring. Yeah, that's in essence what it is, right? So, in essence, what I would do is I would make the site. I would link the site to Twitter. I would link the site in the bot, but generally what I would do is, hey, you can go to the bot or you can go to the site. So, like, say for instance, people don't have Twitter. Like, the idea is to serve people who don't have Twitter, right? Or don't want Twitter, but they want to be able to use the opportunities, right? But then again, I can literally do this. So let's go into incognito mode. Um, like, I'm in incognito mode, but from that doesn't stop me from going to Twitter, right? And looking through all of this. And it doesn't stop me from let me okay, cool. I'm really happy it did that. It doesn't stop me from going here and looking through all of this, right? Like, just doesn't stop me. So even with that use case, which is a good use case, I need to make a note about the 420th tweet. In fact, yeah, let me go do that right now. I should do something. Nah. I don't think I'm ready. Nah. But anyways, even if you don't have a Twitter, you don't necessarily need a Twitter to be able to leverage any of this stuff, right? So I guess the thing I would be doing is just making it easier for people to find all of this stuff, because then they don't have to like literally search through Twitter. There's just like a website, like techishiring.com. I have the domain. So, um yeah, I guess it's easier because they don't have to actually search for tech is hiring. They could just literally just go to the website. I guess it's making it simpler. So, let's go with that. So it's a SEO thing. So for right now, main draw for the website. Um, Making it sim. Oh, let me actually make this a bulleted list. Making it simpler to find Tech is hiring opportunities without needing a Twitter. Cool. Um, I'm just going to put in SEO. So main draws for the website. So in essence, we want to make it easier for you to find the opportunities there. Um, so this is another interesting question, right? So we have two avenues here. Uh, Let me bring this up. We have two avenues here. We have the hashtag. We can literally go to the hashtag directly. And we can just pull from the hashtag directly. So it's just like, oh, any tag that has tech is hiring, we can just pull that. Um, or we could pull from the bot itself. So any so any so I mean it's the same thing. I don't know if it's that much different, but I guess I should make a note here. So let me make a note. Note or notes. And then I will make this thing here. Where are we getting the tech is hiring posts? From the bot or directly from the hashtag? Cool. Cool beans. Do that. Okay, so right now, so making it simpler. So I would say this would be a part of the actual physical design, is just making it simple to view. Um, is accessibility an issue? I mean, accessibility wouldn't be an issue. Let's put accessibility. Making it more accessible to view the hashtag. That might be a potential thing. Let me actually look that up. Um, accessibility on the web. Twitter hashtag. Making 5 ways to make your tweets accessible. I don't think that's a good thing. Using nope. For make your hashtags accessible. What is known as camel case for hashtags? A bit like this. Cool. Use plain English. Um, hmm, that might be something I have to. I'll put this. I'll leave this here for now. Mean draw. Let's go with. Let's change this from draw to goals. Actually, speaking of which, share. So I'm going to make this open to everyone. I'm going to copy the link. I'm just going to put this here. Um, more than likely, this will be the main. More than likely, this will be the main. What you call it? Document, notes document for this project. So yeah, this more than likely will be the main notes document for this project. So I just wanted to share this in case. Yeah. So you can view it and you can like add notes to it. So like if you're interested, like for everybody viewing, if you if you if you come up with anything, please feel free to add a note. Um And obviously, you can follow along with me writing my thoughts here. But yeah, so Right. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. What is the other thing? Make it simpler for So here, what I want to do, I just want to do this really quick. So add pagination. Um, uh, what else do I want to do? Hmm, Add pagination, make design easy to work with. Let's go with that. I'll make design easy to work with. To quickly view, to make be able to quickly view and skim through. Okay. Um, is there anything else? I think that's it for now. Um, I feel like we should work on user stories. Because I know user stories is in essence what I'm doing here, but more like, I guess, more thinking of as a user. So create least span. Where's the user stories part? Okay, I'm just gonna go user stories. Core user stories. Okay, cool. User stories are the backbone of planning out an agile project. Simply put, a user story is a simple, short feature description told from the perspective of your users. As a type of user, I want some particular feature so that some benefit is received. Okay, cool. That doesn't talk too much about what I want. Alright, so what I will do is I will back out of this. I will put this in a new tab. There should be a way to back out, but like leave this as I could just copy it, whatever. Um, let's see, starting an agile project. Let's go. Let's go with that. Thank you. It's the same damn thing. How to start your first agile project using Scrum. Okay, backlog, cool. So I just want to put stuff in the backlog in essence, hoping to get the sprint zero is not a sprint. Scrum principle, blah 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 blah. Choose your tools. Oh, right. Let me do that. I actually have an idea of how I'm going to do that. So, all right. I guess it'll be on the notes. So tooling. So tools. Uh, React, JS, React. Is it Twit? Let me check. Uh, Twit. Um, I think that's it. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Twitter bot. Um, Node. I think it's Twit. I don't remember the package. Oh, there it is. That's a Twit npm package. There we go. This Twit. Oh, hey Brandon. Thanks for coming in. Um, So let me just recap really quickly. So we're going to start a new project. It's called, we're just making a website for TechIsHiring. We don't know exactly what we want the website to be. So I am going through the effort of trying to define what that will be right now. So in essence, what will be the features for the website at the very least for the MVP? What will be the features for the website? I'm working on tooling right now, what tools I'm going to use. Um, what will be the features? What will be the tools? Probably need to figure out where I'm going to launch it to, but I think I can figure that out later. Um, but yeah, like that's kind of the idea right now. So I don't know. You should be able to see it, but there's a Google Docs above your message of your hi message. There's a Google Doc there, and the Google Doc is the notes for this project. More than likely, the just this Google Doc will be the notes project, the notes doc for the entire project. So literally, as I work on this thing, I'll 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 put yeah, thank you very much. But literally, as I work on this thing, I'll put everything that I kind of like how we, everything, all the notes for the project will probably go into that documentation or that documentation into that doc. So like right now, we just have just kind of like formalizing some stuff. So right now I'm kind of going through all the tools that I plan on using, TypeScript. Um, to be honest, mainly to say that I'm making progress. Um, but yeah, excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea right now. So I'm just kind of trying to bungle my way through this. Twit. Let's see. Let me check if you should be able to use this for React project. Twit React React project. Building to stream Twit. Build an app. Okay, cool. Uh, excuse me. Film creator real time. Yep, cool. Um, I don't know if we are going to need a backend. I have no clue. Um, I think we need to make a decision on. So if SEO is a big part of this, making a what is it? A static site generator? Like what is it? Next JS? God, now I have to make that decision here too. Static site React. Gatsby. Dynamic site generator for dynamic. Okay, cool. Man, I am making decisions that I am not qualified to be making. Next thing, Gatsby, I think are your options. Okay, cool. So let's actually do what is it? Static? What? Because I don't exactly next JS. Um, gives you the best user experience for static and server rendering. Hybrid server side rendering. Yeah, cool. All right, so yeah, where was this? So is it server? Uh, let's just call it static site for now. Static site. Next.js slash Gatsby Gatsby JS. And so we won't make a conversation since we don't have the features since we don't have the features solidified right now. By the way, I need to, because I keep forgetting to kind of chill out. Where is this thing? I guess I'll in 15 minutes I will take a break. Since we don't have the features out yet or out finished, um, I won't worry about which one I will choose. I might actually even do the research off stream. Probably not. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. But at the very least, we have those options. So yeah. So React, TypeScript, Twit, static site, next.js slash Gatsby, .js. Um, yeah, we'll see how that works. I actually don't know anything about using a static site and Twit. I don't know if that's even possible. Um, so there's a few notes. Actually, let me put those I thoughts in the notes. Um, do we need a static site for SEO? How will Twit not give me a second. Oh, wait to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's not even really Twit, but it's more. I should be fine. You know what? Let me not worry about. Actually, no. These are questions that I should have, that I should ask and try to answer. Um, because I don't want to get into the project and be like, well, shit, we can't do this, and then have to throw away a bunch of code I wrote. So, uh, how will Twitter API be with a static site? Um, by the way, sorry if this is very basic questions. I've never done this stuff before, and so this is all new to me. Oh shit! Thank you for. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Uh, Carmaril, or Carm IRL. I kind of like Carm IRL. But thank you very much for following. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Um, really appreciate the follow. But yeah, so again, I'm sorry if these are like really basic questions, but this is just fairly new to me. So I have no idea. Actually, let me put this. Do we need a back end for this project? I don't think we do. I think that we should be able to do this work with Twit, just straight from the client side. So, oh, another question. Um, should we think about caching in so we aren't constantly hitting Twitter API. So this is something that I've been thinking about as I was kind of thinking about the project. So something that I'm a little bit worried about is, say for instance, like right now I'm pretty sure we don't have that many users, but if there's a bunch of users going to this site, a concern that I have a concern that I have, which may be unwarranted, but it's a question I want to ask. A concern that I have is if we are working on this site, or sorry, working on the site, no, if we have a bunch of users, you know, like making requests, in essence, looking through all the sites. Oh, by the way, let me write that down. Saving tweets that is that has already been collected has already been retrieved. So what? Anyways, I'll continue that explanation. What this means is, uh, so I want to have some form of pagination. So when we are getting tweets, how many at a time, when we go back to look at the tweets, unless somehow it's been updated, which we'll probably have to make that decision during development, I don't want to have to hit the I don't want to have to hit Twitter again, and so we'll just save the tweets in memory. Like, this is the reason why I was thinking about like some form of caching. um well, not that's not one of the reasons, but the thing is, the tweets will live for as long as the client, the as long as the application stays open. So um do I want to worry about that? Want to worry about other things? Like, I just don't want to be constantly hitting the Twitter API, and then one day, Twitter's like, you know what, we don't like you anymore. or oh, you can't do this for the next 15 minutes type deal. Like, there was a there was a third party application that I had for Twitter. This was before Twitter allowed you to do multiple accounts through the Twitter app. And so I had this application, and what I would do, because I'm a social media junkie. I'll just sit there and I'll just keep refreshing until I get tweets, right? Because, like I said, I was a social media junkie. I mean, I'm still a social media junkie, but I'm sitting there just like, yo, give me the tweets, give me the tweets, give them to me, you know. So I'm sitting there and I'm refreshing, and then the app is just like, "Hey, Twitter said that you can't you can't refresh this anymore, so you have to wait 15 minutes." And pretty much as I was thinking about this project, that was the first thing that popped into my head. I don't want there to be like a bunch of people sending requests. Um, Probably don't have to worry about that too much. Like, that probably should be a problem that I should let present itself and then solve it then. But that is a concern that I do have, is in essence a bunch of people hitting the Twitter API through my application, and then Twitter is just like, okay, you need to chill out, you know. Also, there's nothing stopping like bots from doing that as well. But again, I feel like that's a problem that I should just not worry about until I need to, or maybe I should just kind of ask around to see if it's something that I really should worry about. Um, but yeah, excuse me. For the most part, I don't want to say I'm not worried about it, but for the most part, like, I probably shouldn't think about it too much. But yeah, something interesting to think about. Um, but yeah, so far this is kind of our goals. I'm probably gonna take a break because the urge to urinate is extraordinarily strong. Okay, cool. Um, Anyways, what was it? Yeah, so these are the goals that we have so far, the main goals for the project. And we want to make it simpler to just view the opportunities. In essence, we want to make it easier for people to look up the tweets without needing a Twitter. So like if you don't have a Twitter, you literally kind of have to. If you don't have a Twitter, you have to search for the hashtag on Google. You have to search the hashtag on some web browser, on some search engine. You have to search for the hashtag specifically, then you have to click on it, and then there's the decision of, do you check the hashtag itself or do you check the bot, which they may not know. So as opposed to doing all of that, and I mean, to be fair, if they search the hashtag and the website is there, it'll probably be both those three things. But just having the website there makes it a little bit cleaner. I don't think cleaner is easier. Like people don't have to be like, oh, do I just check Twitter or do I just go to this website? If there's like a website that's just there and saying, hey, I'm the website for this thing. I don't know. That's kind of the thought process. That's the that's the simpler part. And then, I can do UI and stuff and make it simpler, play around with the UI. But yeah. And so yeah, the site itself, I just want to have pagination, so I don't want to go for all the tweets at the same time, even though that might actually be the best idea to get a large number of tweets at the same time. Um, we can make that decision later. I'll probably have to read up on the API, the Twitter API a bit, and then just make the design simpler. Um, I don't know. I mean, if I'm making a website, I I should make it accessible. I don't know if there's any specific accessibility problems that Twitter currently has, especially for like hashtags. So I don't know if there's anything I can do to make it any simpler. But again, something to explore. Um, and then yeah, saving tweets. I should be specific about this. While the client is, while the client, um, while the site is open. Let's go with that. I don't know what the technical terms are. While the client is open. Well, yes. The site, while the app is open. And then SEO. So since we're making this a website, or since this is going to be like a site, a we should probably put some effort into SEO, which is the reason why we're choosing like a static site generator. I'm going to put that here, even though I'm not sure if that's exactly what I need, um, or what these are, to be quite honest. But I'm going to do that because I believe it helps with SEO. Pretty much, anyways, yeah, that's kind of the idea. So give me one moment. Let me use the bathroom, and I will be right back. Oh, you know, let me actually do this. Thanks, phone. Let me see. Right. So I'm supposed to be taking some time to chill out. So I will do that for about 10 minutes. Pretty much I'm just gonna stand and kind of stretch legs and stuff like that. Um, it's kind of I've broken my routine in the stream, so really and truly, I have a clock that's supposed to kind of tell me when I should stop working and get up and stretch and stuff like that. And I didn't set it because it's just been a little bit, and so uh, I was just like, I just realized during the stream that I need to do that, so I just kind of set a quick timer, and that's what went off. So I set another timer for 10 minutes. Yeah, set another timer for 10 minutes. And when that timer goes off, we'll just get back to work. Right now, I'm standing, kind of just moving about. Right, so I pretty much advocate for this every time I do this. Whenever you're working and you're doing this kind of stuff, take some time, take like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and just chill out. You know, stand, make sure you're moving around. Preferably, I would want to actually do like an exercise or two. So, like for instance, I could do squats, but like the way my mic is set up, um, I don't want to just kind of move away because I'm still kind of wired to my machine, so I don't want to go start doing squats and doing all sorts of stupidness. Then I pull my machine, and that's the end of that, right? Um, so really and truly, I'm just moving around, but you know, like just take some time, like take some regular breaks, get up, walk around, stretch, you know what I mean? Just make sure that you're not sitting for 5 hours. It does horrendous things to your back. Just does horrendous things to your body in general. We are not designed to sit for 5 hours a day. you know we will get a host of problems, especially older folks will get a host of problems, and you're going to be doing this for extended periods of time. If this is going to be your career, you're going to be doing this for extended periods of time. You don't want to make it a point where you're sitting 8 hours a day for months on end, and then you wake up one day and you realize that you can't you can't sit up straight, or you can't stand up straight. Like, that's a very practical thing to happen to you, because there's like a bunch of things that go weak, right? Like, there's a bunch of muscles that go weak because you never really use them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say exactly, because to be quite honest, I don't know. I just know from experience of sitting for extended periods of time, and then just be like, man, my body's all messed up. Like, I have a problem in my neck because I didn't have a bed for a while. I slept on my couch, and I slept on my couch for a long time, and I think that caused problems in my neck. And I mean, I use devices and all sorts of things, but yeah, like, like, I guess let me stick with sitting, but don't sit for extended periods of time, like an hour. After an hour, just get up and move around, walk around, move your body. You know what I mean? Like, taking a simple walk, it doesn't even have to be elaborate. Just taking a walk, maybe around the office. You know what I mean? Just don't just sit there, please. You'll be doing your body an absolute a great favor by just taking some time to getting up and walking around. And there's benefits to your productivity by just giving yourself time to kind of you to kind of absorb the information. Like I'm not thinking about the project right now because I'm talking to you about exercise and just giving my brain time to not focus on that. And obviously I'm still talking because I have to entertain the stream, but you don't necessarily have to be talking. You could just take some time to just like maybe meditate or just quiet time or whatever. Um or actually, what's a good thing if you want to build a habit, um if you're doing something, right? Like, say for instance, in this case, I'm streaming and I'm trying to build this project. What you could do is just take some quiet, take some time, like take a break. Again, get up, move around, but take some time and do something fun. You know, like for me, I like watching Street Fighter videos on YouTube. Just do that. Like, I can watch a match in like 5 minutes, and that's a 5 minute break, and then I can just get back to work. You know what I mean? But just sit there and just kind of grind through for 5 hours. It's don't do that. You're not doing your body any favors. To be quite honest, you're not doing your mind any favors either. You know, like, just take some time, every so often to just kind of decompress. And yeah, that's my PSA. I say it all the time. I say it every time I do this, and I'm going to continue saying it till the day I die. Um, because I think it's important. I think it's something very important that not enough people do, which includes me. Like, I can easily go 5 hours just working on a problem, just grinding through the problem and not even think about it. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, oh, this is interesting. Like the Twitter bot. Like, I don't even remember how I even came up with a Twitter bot, or decided to work on the Twitter bot. But I was just like, yeah, screw it, I should work on the Twitter bot. And that was just like 5 hours gone. No, I think it was like 3 or 4 hours gone. But it was just that time gone, you know what I mean? And obviously that entire time I just sat there and just grinded through the problem. You know what I mean? So, like, just take some time, get up, move, you know, like, don't just sit there. So, yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna say this every time I get up because it's something I think it's important. Like, to be honest, the person who kind of convinced me to do this was Scooter Phoenix on Twitter. Um, like, she's really into fitness and just staying healthy, and she says it a lot on Twitter, where like around midday she'll be like, hey, have you gotten up, have you rested, make sure to get up, make sure to rest, make sure to drink a lot of water. By the way, drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. But, well, you can't see, but I drink a lot of water. um you know like, your health is so important. Like, if you don't take care of your health, if you don't take care of your health, it affects your mood, it affects your mind. Like, you're going to get to a point you're going to get to an age where it's like you just can't do certain things anymore. Like, I'm kind of going through that now, where my knees shot up. My knees are 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 messed up a bit, and I have to like do stuff to put strength in my knee. Like, what was it? I think it was 6 months ago. I had hard time walking downstairs. Like, walking downstairs. Like, I didn't have the if I put weight on my knee, it would the kneecap would hurt, you know? And it's like I had to kind of work on that on my own. And I also kind of sat there and let it heal on its own as well. I actually need to go see somebody about it. But long story short is, be kind to your body, you know. Please, please be kind to your body, or it will not be kind to you, especially in your later years. you will be salty. It's like, man, if I had just done those exercises when I was younger, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's my spiel. Like, I just think it's really important, and I'm just making it a point to do it all the time on stream. Uh, or just generally do it all the time when I'm working. But the stream is like the thing that I do the most consistently. So it's just like I can put a pattern. I can put a routine in this routine, to ensure that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, give me one moment. I'm going to use the bathroom again, and I'll be right back. I have returned, and I need to put this here. Okay, cool. All right. So right now, um, right now we have um. Let me set this thing so that I don't forget to um I don't forget to rest again. Haha, there we go. And what this will also do, oh, dang it. What this will also do is it won't bother me. Well, I mean, it also turns off Wi-Fi, but it won't bother me. Um, I won't have pesky apps bothering me, telling me to do stuff and bothering the stream. hmm Good. So, excuse me. So right now we just have kind of a very, very, very basic outline of what I want the project to be like, or what I want the features of the project to be. Very basic outline. Pretty much, the idea here is just make a website so that people can just go to the website and uh, oh, sup, John? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. Um, so we're actually remember the conversation we had about the TechIsHiring website? We had on, I don't remember which of the Code on Coffees. I don't know if it was Alexandria or DC, but I'm I'm doing it. And I'm going to do it on stream and show how much of a crappy developer I am. But yeah, I'm doing it on stream. Do it live. We're doing it live. Yeah, so right now, cool. I stopped in a while. Yeah, yeah, no, it's cool. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, we are working on it. Actually, since you're here, John, if you don't mind, quick thing. So you've kind of seen Tech is Hiring. Um, you've seen it on, I almost said on YouTube, on Twitter. Like, what features would what features would you want to see on the website? Like, is there anything specific? So, yeah, is there anything specific that you would like to see on the website? So we're just kind of playing around with what features could go on the website. I probably should like start listing everything that I was thinking about and then just cutting it down to an MVP. Because I was thinking more of the MVP first as opposed to just literally everything. I could just throw literally everything on this thing, right? But yeah, what do you have any opinions on what could go into the website? Uh, but yeah, let me see. So one of the things that I wanted to do while hopefully John actually types it. Okay. People might want latest items, maybe type of tech job, etc. That would be interesting. Actually, let's put that there. Type of tech job. Probably keywords. Probably could use keywords to do that. Especially if yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. That might actually even go into the MVP, to be honest with you, because I'm pretty sure I could use keywords to 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 look for it. Oh, thanks, Nightbot. Not sure how to do that without scraping responses. Well, so what I was thinking, so I'm going to get um what I was thinking is I would get like, because I wouldn't want to. How would I do this? Hmm, that's actually a very good question. How would I do that? I guess it's just a matter of how many tweets can I get in one call. If I can get a bunch of tweets, then I can more or less set up the pagination with one API call. And then I can scrape those tweets for keywords, right? And then just populate that, and whatever is there is what you get, right? Um, I don't know. I'd have to look into it. And I mean, instead of what we would do is, instead of like, for instance, instead of letting the user search through specific keywords, it'd be like, okay, front end, okay, back end, or okay, UI UX, or project manager. I would have those set up and they would select from a list. Because I kind of have an idea of what the types of posts I tend to run into be is. So yeah. Um and it could just be something where it's like, now I'd have to tag each thing with like maybe a specific hashtag or something. I don't necessarily want to do that because obviously I don't have control over the tweets that I find, and who makes them, and I don't think I necessarily want to put that much more effort into it. But yes, still, by types, I'm pretty sure I can solve that problem even if it's like very crappy. So definitely by types. Categories, remote or not. Type of tech job, or categories. Let's go with categories. So I'm gonna put categories here, and we'll just put this as e.g. type of tech job. Remote or not, location. Excuse me. Wow, that was a hell of a belch. But yeah, categories is not a bad idea. So let me say kind of like what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is, because I have a few other ideas that I wanted to do. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make it so that if you could make a tweet. So tweet using tech is hiring account. So what this means in my head is that, say for instance you had a job opportunity that you wanted to share. Oh, actually, let me take a maybe it would make sense to do a Zoom some night or on a weekend to go over this. Plus, I wanted to ask you about setting up a bot to grab a tweet and put it to an account and then use the API, the Twitter API, to grab those two for the website. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Or I don't want to say I don't mind. I don't mind doing the Zoom call. To kind of elaborate a little bit more on that. Yeah, sure. I don't mind. Funny enough, I'm actually looking for a project to work on. I probably should have mentioned that during the stream. Yeah, I was looking for a project to work on. This is kind of what this is a project to work on. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind talking to you about that. Especially since I did the Twitter bot thing. It's easier to talk than type. Yeah, I can't do it either. So, but yeah, definitely sure we can do a Zoom call later, like at some point. Just let me know. Let me know when you have time. Uh Probably just hit me up on Twitter. Yeah. Just hit me up on Twitter, like whenever you have or not next when. Just hit me up on Twitter and we can just make arrangements there. But yeah, I don't mind. At least yeah. Anyways, so the idea for tweeting using the tech is hashtag account, the idea that I was thinking, alright, cool man, cool man. See you when you DM me. But yeah, like the idea that I was thinking is, since this whole platform is to serve people who don't have a Twitter or don't want, who want to avoid Twitter, however they can, and they either want to share that they have a job opportunity, or um or they have a job opportunity, or what you call it, or they're looking for an opportunity but they don't have a Twitter that they can you make this, oh yes, sorry, let me, how do you do that, plus sign, there we go. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, because I mean, I'm one of those, I can see it, I can see it with my glasses, I'm fine. True, it's not all about Twitter for the jobs. Plus, people pay you to place the listing. Um, so I don't want it to be. I don't want it to get to it being a full blown job board, or at least initially in my head, I don't want it to be a full blown job board. Mainly because there are other job boards that do that work. In essence, what I really want this to stay as, or at least in my head, what I wanted to stay as, not at first, right? Yeah. What I wanted to stay as is specifically people on Twitter have opportunities however they get them, and I want them to be able to just post the opportunity and just tag it with Tech is Hiring, so that anybody looking for the opportunity will just be able to look for it, just be able to go to a single place, right? Like, it being a job board makes it so that now you have to traffic. Now you have to funnel people to the site and things like that. Like, is my oh, I think my AC just turned off. I think I just turned off my AC. Anyways, I wanted to just make sure that people just have a place to put the thing, put their opportunity. You know, in essence, I also want to make sure it's low effort. Actually, um let me put that here. Low effort. Yeah, my AC just turned off because I had it on a timer. But I just wanted to make sure that that it's low. Do I want to put low effort? Anyways, I wanted to make sure that it's low effort. So I don't want it to be like a full blown job board. So like for instance, I one of the responsibilities that that I don't want to have is I don't want to be responsible for the actual opportunities that get posted there. Even though for the moment, for the most part, I'm the one putting them there. I don't actually want to be responsible for for that, because what I don't want is I just don't want to be responsible for that. Effectively, the main goal of tech is hiring is that it gets that people go, I have an opportunity, or I'm looking for a job. Oh, there's this hashtag that exists. Let me use it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the whole goal. Like, I actually don't want to be searching for jobs and putting them there, but I'm doing that because I don't have a regular set of people doing that. Like, so looking, I'm actively looking. Um, right? But yeah, like I don't. I guess this whole long thing is I don't want it to be a job board because I don't. I want it to be low effort. One, I want it to be low effort so that when people are using it, they don't have to overly think about it. It's just like, oh, it's just going to a centralized place, right? Um, Also, I guess the main thing, because it's kind of a very Twitter specific thing, the main thing I wanted to do is to just kind of be able um to leverage the bots network. So what I'm hoping is that eventually the bot has a whole bunch of followers, and so whenever the bot retweets anything, a whole bunch of people can see it, and generally that whole bunch of people is more than the amount of people that you have initially. So effectively, what tech is hiring is supposed to do is for the people who have like less than 100 followers, or less than 200 followers, can can tag their tweet with tech is hiring and effectively be seen by a bunch of people, you know so that's kind of the ideal. But I don't want it to be a job boards per se. So like, this is a good idea, like categories, but I don't want to get so much into it where I'm just like, no, I'm like, okay, this is tech is hiring front end, this is tech is hiring back end. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be that elaborate. Plus, I don't know what jobs I'm servicing. Or I don't want to say I don't know. Like, caching makes sense, or writing it to a database to store it so that you can week a week. So you can wait a week, 2 weeks or more, and at some point not list them. Oh yeah, since most jobs will be filled by then. Yeah. So the idea is that there will be a consistent influx of of I don't know. I'm maybe there's a need for a back end. I need to make that decision. I don't know if there's a need. Like, the idea is that Twitter itself kind of acts as the back end. So I don't manage I don't manage the tweets at all. So like, say for instance, if I grab the first 100 tweets right from Twitter, I don't I currently I don't want a mechanism to go through those tweets and be like, oh, this tweet is 2 weeks old. Well, I could put that in the client, but oh, this tweet is 2 weeks old or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just grabbing the first 100 tweets. Because you're right. The jobs could be filled in 2 weeks, or they could never get filled. And I don't want to make that distinction. You know, like, I just simply don't know enough about the jobs themselves. And I don't think I want to, but I don't know enough about the jobs themselves. Yeah, make your own backend. So if Twitter cuts you off for a limit, you have content. Yeah, that's something that I'm thinking about. More than likely, it will definitely be some cash. I have it here. Where is it? Did I write it down? I could have sworn I wrote it down. Where's Yeah? So here, think about longer term. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. When you mean I still have content. When you mean Twitter cuts me off, are you saying like permanently, like, oh, you just can't use Twitter anymore? Or is it more of, because I know that if you ping the Twitter API enough, Twitter will put you on timeout for like 15 minutes. But are you talking about that, or are you talking about more of, I need to check something. uh, let's go with that. Yeah, more about too many API calls given in a given time. Yeah. That's something I'm thinking about. That's something I'm thinking about. I was talking about this before you came in. I was talking about this before you came in, because that's a problem that I noticed other other that's a problem that I noticed that other applications had, and I'm trying to figure out how to get around that problem. But I don't know if it's a problem that I need to be, oh, before having to pay them. Really? If you use it too much, you have to pay them? Hmm. All right, so let's let's put that in the notes, because that wasn't even a question. Um, how do I formulate this? Look into Twitter API documentation on how much we can use the API. Not sure if they have limits, and if you go over them, you can pay. So I know that one of the limits they have is if you ping the API too much, they will put you on timeout. Um, Let me just put in here um limits etc. By the way, I need to go to the bathroom soon, because nature she calls. But yeah, like I I know that they will time you out. They'll be like, okay, you need to chill out. Um, okay, you need to chill out, and they will like let you not be able to get to the API for like 15 minutes, and then you can do it again. But I definitely need to go over other potential limits, because there might be things that I might run into. But give me a second, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Be right back. Right. So, as I was using the bathroom, I just realized that I can just ask, good Lord, why do I have 10 notifications? I can just ask Twitter. And so I am going to do that. I am literally going to ask Twitter if I made a website, what would they want from it? So I am just going to write this down. Probably I'm not going to actually get the answer on stream, so it'll probably be for next time. But let's see. Um, Currently working on a project to make tech is hiring a website. What features would you like to see to uh, on a website that that supports the tech is hiring hashtag? Um, I don't know if I should tag tech is hiring. So tech Twitter, um, Black Tech Twitter, dev community, and I'll just put code newbie. I don't want to put cyber mention Monday. And I am going to tag this with supports tech is hiring. I'll tag this. Okay, so let's see. Currently working on a project to make Tech is Hiring a website. Uh, what features would you like to see on a website that supports that supports the hashtag? Let's go with the hashtag because it feels kind of weird. The hashtag. Oh God, I can't spell. Okay, currently working on what features. Okay, cool. Start tweet with hey at Twitter. Thanks for dang it. All right, yeah, let me go. Good Lord, it got retweeted. Okay, hold on. Copy. Let me delete it. Okay, or something else. Does Twitter have an API account? Hmm. Really? That's interesting. Paste. Hey everyone. Uh, so what you want me to do? Hey at Twitter. So wait. So you want me to make a tweet that goes hey at Twitter, so that let me see. Start tweet with hey at Twitter, so everyone that follows you sees it instead of yeah. Going to be leaving soon since it's almost 9 p.m. ET and need to get a few other things done. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping in, John, and thanks for all the suggestions. Uh, Twitter. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh man. Currently working on a project to make tech is hiring. It's great. I'm just gonna do that. So, I'm just gonna put that out there. Let me bookmark it here so I don't have to go clawing through my mentions or notifications and stuff to get at maybe potential stuff. But um, what what I'm hoping this will do is that I will get a bunch of um I will get a bunch of good Lord. I thought you were asking Twitter about. Oh, no, 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 no. So I'm asking Tech Twitter, if they, I was asking Twek. I was asking Tech Twitter if they, what features they'd want to see on the website. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure Twitter has a bunch of documentation, about the API. Nah, screw it. I already deleted it. I'm good. I already deleted it once. Like, if Twitter actually says something, then that's actually a bigger win for me than otherwise. Um, but yeah, nah, I'm leaving it there. I'm leaving it there. We're just gonna roll with. We just gotta roll with things, man. Adapt. But yeah. So, anyways, what is it? Uh, so we'll get some. We hopefully we'll get some good replies from there, and maybe we can put those things in the MVP. MVP, yeah, MVP. In the most valuable player, we'll just stick them in the most valuable player. We'll stick them in there. Okay, let's not go there. Okay, I'm heading out unless you have one more question. No, 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 no. Don't let me keep you, John. Don't let me keep you. Um, make sure to send me that DM, so that we can get together, and we can talk about some stuff. Talk about the stuff you want to talk about. But yeah, don't let me keep you, man. Thank you for being in the stream chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Right. So that is something we will work out. Okay, later. Oh, cool. Later, man. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna take out low effort because low effort doesn't make any sense there. All right. So let me. I think I finished talking about this. The idea here. Oh no, I didn't finish talking about this. So the idea here is that a random person can come in, and if they have an idea, or if they have opportunity, or they will showcase themselves. They want to talk about what they're doing. They can chuck something here. They can chuck like a tweet in, and then the excuse me, the account will tweet it as if it were that person, or the account will tweet it. Let me not overcomplicate it. My immediate concern about this was security. Like, like, as far as I can tell, unless I had like some form of, and this is not necessarily, oh, well, I guess I could put a captcha on it, but the idea is I cannot stop anybody from posting God knows what on using on the account. And that was the first thing that popped into my head. To be fair, it's actually the same thing it's actually the same thing with retweeting. Like, there's nothing stopping somebody from retweeting something from of saying something horrendous and tagging it with tech is hiring, but they're using their own account. I don't know it, and I just don't think it's. I think that's less likely to happen. Like, to be honest, I don't see it happening. Excuse me, I don't see it happening a lot with other bots. So I don't know, but like, I felt like this was because this is not like people on Twitter. This is literally anybody on the internet can just kind of come and do stuff, you know. And so I don't think it was necessarily the best idea, but it was something. Um, what else? That was really mainly it. Like, That was really mainly it. The SEO thing was something fairly new, to be quite honest with you. Because I realized if I'm going to make this a website and chuck it on the internet, I might as well make it as easily accessible as possible. Like easily accessible. I don't think that's right. I might make it as easy to find as possible. You know. Um. So yeah, and it could also kind of help with people trying to figure out who they should be following on. You know what? Let me not even go there. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. I can't think of anything else I would want the website to do, honestly. Like, there's nothing else that really pops into my mind that I would want the website to do. Um, So, categorizing tweets. So, again, we would just do this by, we could literally just search through the tweet for keywords, and if the keyword shows up, then, then, if the keyword shows up, then, you know, we're cool. Thanks, Nightbot. I'm actually talking to Nightbot. Hey, if you're enjoying the stream, huzzah! Thanks, Nightbot. Thanks for doing your job, Nightbot. Yeah. Um. Right. What else? Man, I should have asked. I think John is subscribed. Well, he wouldn't have been here if he wasn't subscribed. Anyways, or is not subscribed. Following. Um, I cannot think of anything else I would want it to do. Like, it's such a simple use case, right? Like, just take the tweets, put the. Is there anything else I can do with the tweets? Uh, well, possibly save them or possibly cache them, save. Um, oof. Oh, you know what? You know what we could do? So there is one other thing. So what I've been noticing as I go around retweeting tweets is that there's technically there's three types of tweets, right? There is a tweet that is focusing on a single job. There is a tweet that is focusing on a single person talking, asking, or looking for a job, and there are Twitter threads on both of these categories, right? The In essence, when I am retweeting Twitter threads, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm fairly inconsistent. But when I retweet the Twitter threads, I make it a point to say that this is a Twitter thread, right? This is a Twitter thread. It's not just this tweet. You want to go into the tweet and look through. What I can do is for the Twitter threads, let's see, I can make a feature to um, to expand the Twitter thread, to expand Twitter thread, Twitter job hunt seeking threads. So in essence, if there's a Twitter thread, if there's a thread um of of job hunting and so on and so forth, we would expand, we instead of just showing the tweet, we would expand that and show all of the subtweets, all the replies. I don't remember what they're called, but we would show all of those, right? So we could do that. I do not know how I'm going to do that. I have no clue. But we could do that. And so what we would need to do, uh, how would we differentiate? I don't know how to spell differentiate. Thank you. Thank you, Google Docs. How do we differentiate between a single tweet and a Twitter thread? Um, I can probably do that in tagging. Um, but I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I will investigate this further. 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 I literally have no clue how I would do this. But I think this is a good feature. Mainly because I have come across a fair amount of threads. Not so much recently, not so much within the last maybe couple of weeks. When I mean like maybe the last 2 weeks or so. To be fair, I was not looking last week, because I was taking my break. But I've come across threads before. Like where is he? I'm gonna go look him up. Um, is it Marco? Yeah. So Marco Denick, he will make threads every so often about, you know, um, do you have any jobs? Let's try to get some people some jobs. And I will retweet his threads all the time. So blah blah blah. So being able to like kind of expand his threads in the application would be great. It would be great. That is not the thing that I wanted. Beep beep. Why are you beep beeping? Stop beep beeping at me. What do you want? Oh, that's what you want. I didn't, wow, it it's done already. Crap. Okay. Break time. Uh, the time of the breaks. Well, technically this would be the end of the stream, so let me put this back. All right, I think we've gotten a fair amount done. To be quite honest, I think we've done a fair amount. I'll talk a little bit. I guess we could just do this as an outro. Um, well, I'll just chill out for a little bit, and then I can do an official outro. But yeah, so far we have a few things that are interesting here. So we just so the main goal of the website would be to just make it simpler to go through the tech is hiring opportunities without needing to be on Twitter. In fact, needing to be to be on Twitter. Very good. Cool. And then I'll probably put more effort into defining what the hell that means. um, So like add pagination, make design able to quickly to not quick view, not quick man. Anyways, uh, so so yeah, so that's the main idea. And then there's a few other things, is there any particular accessibility problems that Twitter shows that might be a selling point? I doubt it. Plus, I am one person versus the army of developers that are at Twitter, so I almost feel like I'm kind of insulting them by insinuating that there's probably accessibility problems. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me let me not talk. Let me not say anything before I make myself sound stupider than I already am. Anyways, potential accessibility buffs. Saving Twitter, saving tweets that has already been retrieved while the app is open. So, pretty much for right now, my vision for the app is that it's just going to be a client-side application, and so Yeah, it's just going to be a client-side application, and so we don't necessarily need to worry about it until we don't need to worry about what is it? Uh, excuse me. We don't need to worry about it. Let me actually move around. I'm sorry, I'm just standing here. We don't necessarily need to worry about what you call it. I'm not worried about like saving tweets into a backend or anything crazy like that. I'm not worried about that at all. Right now, all the functionality will be front end, will be client side, right? But I definitely need to look at the limitations of pinging the API, or of hitting the API, and how many times I can do that until it gets salty at me. And be like, what the hell are you doing? And I'll probably make design decisions around that information. But that's kind of the idea of that feature. I put SEO there because like if I'm going to make a website, I might as well put SEO, which means that I might likely have to do this stuff, static site generator. This world is very foreign to me. But stuff that I might play around with. Um, should I? No, I might play around with. I can. I might. I think I can add something else to it. Whatever. I'm not gonna think about it. Oh, right. Actually, where's the thing that I want to? One thing I wanted to add. I I'm material UI. Uh, this is how I do my what you call it layouts in my UI a lot of the times. Uh, should I put in? Yeah. Let me not worry about that right now. Anyways, so what's the other things? Categories, right? So when we get the tweets, we can just search through the tweets that we have for keywords, and then we can just kind of we can search through them, search through the tweets with keywords, and then we can just put them in like its own little whatever, and then showcase and then show those, and that will be fine. I mean, I could even do the work up front. So like say for instance, if we get 100 tweets or 200 tweets, and then we click view keywords, you know, when the request had come in, we would have searched through the keywords. It depends. Uh, maybe we don't do that. I don't know. I don't know. I'll play around with that to see. That's assuming that we even add it to the because it's not absolutely necessary to the MVP, but I think that it would be great. And it's just a matter of how difficult it is. If it's not very difficult, then obviously we'll just add it. But yeah, I'll play around with that. I definitely like the idea of categories. So this is something that um this is something that I wanted to do. I don't think it'll definitely not be in the MVP because there's a lot of kind of security concerns that I personally have. Not necessarily with like sending crap to Twitter, but um, I there's just things that I'm worried about in terms of putting crap on the hashtag. I'm sorry, in the account. So it's something that I want to do, but I'm definitely not going to explore it right now. Maybe down the line, maybe if people ask for it, but something I'm not worried about too much. And then this is something I'm actually really interested in doing since I come across Twitter threads. I would like to figure out if it's a thread that if it's a thread um that is what you call it. If it's a thread, then I would like to what you call it. I would like to expand it to to get at least all the replies. And so a lot of those replies will actually have opportunities in them, and I think that will be particularly useful. So that's pretty much it. And then the tools, React, because I'm a React developer, TypeScript, because I want to play around with TypeScript. Twit is the main package that we'll use to interact with Twitter. Material UI for the UI. And like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to need static site generators, if we're going to need to do this to do SEO. I know that for SPAs, SEO is a bitch, so um, this may solve that problem. I will look into it. And then we have a bunch of notes here, which is pretty much in essence some of the problems that we might have to come across. We will probably come across. Like for instance, are where are we getting the tech is hiring? Are we getting it from the bot account account the bot account or directly from the hashtag? I don't know if that even matters, but it's something I'm thinking about. Do we need a static site for SEO? Yes, that's a question that needs to be answered. How will Twitter work with a static site? It's also a question that needs to be answered. I personally don't know. So yeah. Do we need a backend for the project? Like we were talking with John about that. Um, we were talking to John about that, and don't know. We'll probably come to a point in the project where we'll be like, shit, we need a backend, and we will start working on it. But yeah, questions that need to be answered. Should we think about caching so we aren't constantly hitting the Twitter API? Yes. So this is again another question that John brought up. Uh, I definitely think that caching is probably something that we should invest time into, or at the very least invest time into answering whether or not we need it or not. That will probably be going over the Twitter API documentation before we can answer that question. Look into the Twitter API. Yes, thank you. How do we differentiate a single tweet from a Twitter thread? This is a really important question because again, we cannot rely on the person actually tweeting to say that it's a thread. So it would either have to be me or it would either have to be somebody else. Um, in other words, I have to figure out how we're going to differentiate, if we even can. Like, if we can accurately differentiate what is a Twitter thread from what is just a single tweet. um how do we do that? Can we build around that? Can we build around it? Like say for instance, do we just have have them search through every tweet, sorry, have them expand every tweet, you know or not? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is something that I want to play around with, so yeah, probably mess around with that. Anyways, let me go move this thing here. So, this is the end of the stream. This is the end of the stream. This official outro is official. Um, so what did we do today? Well, that was the whole recap. So we started a new project. It's making a website for Tech is Hiring. Um, right now we just kind of wrote down a bunch of stuff. We don't have like user stories or anything. In the stream I did make a tweet about asking what you would want to see in a website if you I'm sorry, I was just distracted by this. I was distracted by the thing that I'm doing because I'm looking at myself. Um Anyways, what features would you want to see on a on a website that supports the hashtag? Um, this is how do I say this? This obviously is a part of this whole process. Hopefully that comes up with interesting stuff. Um, yeah, hopefully if that comes up with interesting stuff. If not, I mean, I think the stuff that we have here is already pretty good. What else did I want to say? Yeah, so I mean, next stream will be more or less the same thing. I think we have like a good starting point, so probably maybe work on like user stories and getting the project kind of set up so that I can start working on it. I don't know where I will put the time into looking at the Twitter API. I don't know if I should look at it on stream so that, we all can learn, or if I should look at it on my own time and just bring that knowledge here. Um, I don't know. We don't have to look at it right now, obviously, because like a lot of the things is actually, I don't want to say design, but we're not. I don't want to say we're not close to coding, but we're probably not going to code right. We're probably not even going to start coding next week. Next week, sorry. Next stream. Or yeah, next stream. So um, what did I want to say? We're probably not going to start coding, so it's not something I need to worry about right now. Like there's still obviously a bunch of other things that I need to worry about. But yeah, so it'll just be continuing that, just kind of continuing the setup. Uh, Hopefully getting to a point where we actually have like user stories and stuff kind of put down in the GitHub project. We'll probably spend more time kind of solidifying what the MVP, what features are we using, and the tools specifically that we're going to use. And then, you know, probably just keep doing that until we're done, and then we can just start coding, or we can start working on it. Um, I'm probably going to make some. I'm probably gonna make. I'm probably gonna like do some actual designs, I guess wireframes for the site. I mean, in my head, it's not very elaborate, but like even this whole thing, like to be honest, I didn't think this was gonna take as long as it ended up doing, which I'm kind of happy that it is because it feels like a much more fully fleshed out project. Um, but yeah, I don't want to do wireframes since a big deal of it is making it simple to go through this stuff, and so I feel like doing wireframes is a good idea, and it kind of just gives me an idea of how my elements will look. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody for stopping into the stream. So, just a few things. Obviously, well, I don't want to say obviously. The next stream that kind of continues along this journey is next week. Next week, sorry, is on Wednesday. Um, you know what? Let me not even worry about that. Let me not even worry about the schedule. I have a YouTube channel. It's pretty much Chad Stewart. You know, the VODs for the stream go there. I haven't put the VODs for the last few streams up, but when I get the VOD for this, I'll just chuck all of them up at one time. So there'll be just a bunch of videos that go up at one time. What else did I want to say? Um, if you're here, please, I really, really, really appreciate a follow. And thank you very much for watching. And yeah, you guys have a good one. Later.